What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to try to keep today's message relatively quick for a couple reasons. Firstly, it's insanely hot in here. Secondly, somebody could walk in at any second. I don't want to get cut off and have to re-record and all those things, so forgive me if I'm talking a little bit quicker than usual. I'm also going to be reading some notes, which I usually don't do as often. I normally go off the cusp and have some notes that I try to just touch on and then talk about, so I'm going to do it a little bit differently than usual. The first thing I want to talk about is setting goals rather than daily non-negotiables. Set you up for success. I said that way too quickly. Set you up for success or failure, even if you're progressing positively. What that means is, with goals, you're either going to achieve the goals or you're not going to, and that's all that's going to happen. With non-negotiables, if you have promises that you keep to yourself daily, like I'm going to get up at 7 o'clock, I'm going to get my protein goals, I'm going to drink electrolytes, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to read 3 books, I'm going to get into my word, I'm going to do all these things, and they're non-negotiables that you tell yourself you're going to do no matter what. You're always going to win because you're always going to have a positive progression throughout your day, and eventually that will end you up achieving, that will land you in the realm of achieving goals, regardless of other ones that you specifically set or not. Forgive me for losing my train of thought a little bit. It's extremely hot in here today. I think it's like almost triple digits outside, and this sauna is actually outside as well, so it's literally, I think, like 200 almost. So try not to actually start cooking in here. But the reason that I wanted to talk about that is because I think a lot of people say, these are the goals that I set for myself. I'm going to lose this amount of weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And that sets you up to, okay, you either achieve the goal and then what? You have to set another one, or you're just going to be stagnant and what happened? You achieved it. A lot of the time, people see that they built systems that allow them to lose the weight, and that's what leads to them continuing to progress. So if you just get those systems in place from the beginning rather than setting goals, your goal can be to lose weight. It doesn't have to be to lose this specific amount of weight. It's great to have goals, but if you look at take an NBA coach, for example. Obviously, their goal is to win an NBA championship, but their system is built around winning, specifically winning every single game, winning every single day. And contrary to just, okay, we're going to win the championship. If it's 82 games away at the beginning of the season, or that's before even the playoffs, if it's 82 games away before the season's even over, then it's hard for you to have the hindsight of working towards a goal in that sense. If your goal is to just win the day and to have the system in place that we get to the gym on this time, that's a non-negotiable. We train for this long, that's a non-negotiable. We eat this, we recover this way, we do these drills, we do all these things that are set in place. It's going to lead to you guys achieving the goal, which is getting a championship, or at least getting better. So say you guys don't win the championship that year, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a failure in and of itself. If a lot of guys are beginning to develop and get better and better and better, in the future, you guys have a better opportunity next year to achieve the same goal. So you shouldn't just set a goal for yourself and say, oh, we didn't achieve it, so what's the point? You should set up a system that allows you to get towards obtaining the goal rather than just setting the goal itself. Non-negotiables are the main thing, the most important thing. I have a couple things I want to talk about as well. But I think I just talked kind of for a little bit, so I'm going to just do one more topic that's completely separate from what I just said, or kind of separate. I'm going to try to tie them in together if I can. This is just a TikTok that I literally saw scrolling in the gym right before I came in here, and it just inspired me a little bit. And it was this TikToker. I wish I would have saved the TikTok. I didn't. I just put it in my notes, but I can't credit him, unfortunately. But if you see him, tag him in the comments or whatever below. He was talking about how your GPS reroutes you whenever you take a wrong turn. It doesn't just say, oh, the trip's over. And that's actually, that ties in better than I even thought it would. It's the same to obtaining a goal. If you have a system to where it's like, okay, you slipped up, the next day you still have the same non-negotiable. So if you don't reach a non-negotiable, that doesn't mean you failed. It just means you have to get back on the horse and continue doing what you were doing originally. And in the same sense of a GPS, if you have a destination to go to, it doesn't have to be your end goal. It just has to be something that's set in place. And if you are rerouted in a way that is, okay, I didn't obtain the goal necessarily, or how I thought I was going to get there, I'm still going to keep this system in place because I know regardless of if I achieve that goal or not, I'm going to move forward positively towards a destination that is aligned with where I want to be. So that's the message. It wasn't actually, that wasn't necessarily a perfect analogy just because the destination is a destination with a GPS. And with a goal, I don't think a goal is a goal. I don't think that you should set up something that is, if you don't achieve it, you fail. Because I think that's it's going to be negative even if you achieve the goal, unless you have a strong mindset and a strong set of systems at the end of the day. And regardless, that's what I'm saying is important here. So unless you have a strong set of systems, the achievement itself isn't going to lead to long-term growth and long-term achievement. So that's the message. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm about to pass out. As always, have a blessed one.